All right, all right, all right. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the beginning of the week, technical analysis. I'm your main man, Pips, aka Mr. Levels, aka Hot, aka It's Up There. You know. So before I jump into it, let me give a quick disclaimer. As always, this is not financial advice. Anything that I share throughout this analysis is for educational purposes only. I repeat, this is in no way financial advice. Any and everything that I share throughout this analysis is for educational purposes only. Cool beans? Cool beans. So, as always, let's take a look at the dollar index. Looking at the DXY, um, I told you guys last week that I was bearish, right? My bias for last week was to the downside for the dollar. Sorry about that. Having a little trouble out of my internet connection. So, as I was saying, last week I told you guys that I was bearish for the dollar index. My bias was bearish to the downside, and my bias was wrong. As you can see from Monday to um week's end, right, to the week close, we was bullish. It wasn't a bearish day out of DXY last week. So my bias was completely wrong. And I'm okay with that. You know, that happens every once in a blue moon. So you can't get them all right. You will never be able to get them all right in this industry. So, that being said, being that we broke back above this daily fair value gap that we had here, right? Which turned into an inverted fair value gap. And Dollar did use that inverted fair value gap to sell off of, right? But it came back down, rent last month's low. Well, when it rent last month's low, it was last month's low. Now that is October, we're in the first week of October. It's the month before last low. But when we rent that low, it was last month's low, right? I had this monthly sell side liquidity right here. We rent that here on September the 18th. And then we came back and ran that low again, right? On September the 27th and created September's low, right? So we ran August low and we created September's low here, right? Now, being that we broke back above this daily inverted fair value gap so aggressively, right? I'm looking for us to pull back down into that fair value gap. Um, in particularly the consequent encroachment of that fair value gap, the halfway mark of that fair value gap. And then I want to see us shoot up to these monthly PD arrays, right? Before selling off, right? That's what I would like to see. So for this week, I do want to see us pull down into this fair value gap, the halfway mark, consequent encroachment, and then go up. However, if we can't break below the upper end of that fair value gap, if we can't break and close below there, right, then you can forget about coming down to here, right? That's just common sense. If price is not bearish enough to get to break and close below here, right? So if we don't and we just fly straight up here, I want to see us come up into the premium PD array levels of this daily candle from August the 2nd, right? I want to see us come up into the 62, 79% of this August 2nd candle. And then I just want to see the dollar go to zero. But not literally go to zero, but I want to see it fall through the floor. I want to see it sell off drastically, you know. So that's my bias for um or should I say my scenario for Dixie starting out the beginning of the week, right? I want to see us pull down, swing up into this imbalance, and then sell off, or go ahead and push up and then sell off. Either or. So that's my if this then that analysis with the dollar index. Let's look at our currency pairs. Looking at Euro USD. Of course, if I was bearish the dollar last week, I was bullish. And just like I was wrong with the dollar, I was wrong with currencies as well, right? Because I want to see currencies go bullish from here. Last Monday, I want to see us run up from here. And as you can see, every day last week was a bearish day. We came down, ran September's low, right? Um, closed down in this bullish candle here. That's where we closed at Friday, right? And now today we opened up, didn't get much bullish um momentum, but it was a bullish day nonetheless. And so I do want to see Euro USD at least pull back up into Friday's daily premium PD array levels, and then I'll determine, depending on what price does when it gets to those levels, where to go from there. Right? I would like to see us push aggressively above them, close above them, and then I would use those levels to buy off of to come up into the imbalance of this daily candle from October the 1st, right inside of that fair value gap. So I would like to play a buy off of these premium PD array levels up into this daily fair value gap. Cool beans, cool beans. But if we cannot break and close above these PD array levels and we just come up and retest them and close below the levels, then I would expect price to come down into these monthly PD arrays, right? And then look for buying opportunities there, right? Because long term, I am bearish the dollar, so of course, long term, I'm bearish currencies. Cool beans. I mean, bullish. I'm sorry. Long term, bullish. I'm bearish the dollar, and I'm bullish currencies. Cool beans, cool beans. So that being said, looking at the pound, I want to see us come down into this shaded area, run this monthly sell side liquidity here, right? And if you notice that monthly sell side liquidity sits right there by that consequent encroachment of this fair value gap. So I want to see price run down into there and then rocket to the upside to run this monthly buy side liquidity from last month. Cool beans. Cool beans. And if we break aggressively below this monthly sell side liquidity, then I expect us to target this imbalance here, balance here, right? And come on down to possibly run this swing low here from the week of August the 7th, right? And that's August low. So if we break aggressively below this low, September's low, then I expect price to run August low. Cool beans? Cool beans. And looking at NZD USD, same thing. I want to see price come down into this fair value gap from August the 19th and then springboard to the upside back up into this imbalance, right? So I'll be looking for buys here, be looking to long the market here, back up into this imbalance here. Cool beans? Cool beans. And like I said, if we break and close below this aggressively, this daily fair value gap, then I expect price to at least run this swing low. And it's a good chance we run this monthly sell side liquidity from August for NZD USD. Cool beans. Cool beans. And last but not least, futures. I want to see if futures is going to dig down into these daily PD arrays from September the 19th daily candle. right? I want to see if price is gonna be delivered to those discount PD arrays efficiently, because as you can see, we've only had wicks to come down, touch those levels. We haven't seen a candle body close inside of those levels. So until we see that, price haven't been delivered back to those levels efficiently. So I want to see us pull back down into those levels efficiently. And then once we close either inside of those levels or above those levels, right? Then I would look for loans back up to run monthly buy side liquidity, or at least um today's buy side liquidity, right? And then we'll determine whether price is going to keep pushing up, or how it reacts when it runs that daily buy side liquidity. If it um, finds resistance there and starts to sell off, then we'll start to look for opportunities there as well, right? And if we break and close below this, these discount PD arrays here, then I expect for ES to sell off down into this imbalance that we see here from September the 12th, this fair value gap. Cool beans, cool beans. And it's gonna look about the same for NZDU. I'm sorry. It's gonna look the same for NQ. I want to see us delivered efficiently down into these discount PD arrays, right? And then look for buys there, back up into today's candle. Whether we come back up into, those premium PD arrays, or run today's daily buy side liquidity and see how price reacts to those levels, or whether we close below these daily PD arrays, right? Then we'll start looking for shorting opportunities to this imbalance to the downside from September the 11th for NQ. Cool beans, cool beans. And I guess I'll take a look at crypto tonight. Um, we see Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin do. I am expecting Bitcoin to start ripping to the upside here pretty soon. We're in the last quarter of the year, of a halving year. And so I do expect us to start seeing Bitcoin rip sometime soon. We have been pushing up since September, the beginning of September. So this little correction is cool, right? We want to stay above this swing low, right? As long as we stay above this swing low, we should see Bitcoin continue to push higher, right? You see all of this liquidity to the upside, where we looking at these fairly equal highs that we see here, and then we have the all-time high there. So Bitcoin is going to want to rip toward those levels of liquidity, and we should see Bitcoin run for the remainder of the year. So you guys know my biggest bet for this bull cycle, it's no secret, is Dogecoin. We've been dollar cost averaging into dollars since around April, right? Since its inception here. It was born April the 25th, 24th, rather. One of those days, April the 24th or the 24th, yeah. So no, 25th. So we pushed up, we sold back off, right? Then we pushed up to almost a penny in June. And then since June, we just sold from June to August the 6th, the 5th, we sold off. And then from August the 5th to the day, we've kind of just been going back and forth. And then we've recently just got a push up within the last few weeks. And now we're trying to continue that push up, this push here. We're trying to continue that push up. I really want to see us get above this area of consolidation that we see here, or as me and my team call it, accumulation, right? I really want to see us get above this area of accumulation. Once we establish a solid um, close of price above this area of liquidity, I'm sorry, this area of accumulation, then I don't think we will ever see prices below these lower levels here that I have marked, as far as 36 point 0036 to point 0018. I don't think we'll ever see price within this range again. Once we break and close, once we break aggressively and close above this area of accumulation, I don't ever think we'll see sub 360 million market cap ever again, right? That's just my analysis for DOG on Bitcoin. DOG is the number one meme coin on the Bitcoin blockchain, which is the biggest blockchain in the industry with over 1.2 trillion dollars in market cap. So as Bitcoin continues to grow in market cap, so will DOG. It's only um um it's just it's inevitable that DOG grows with Bitcoin. It's on the Bitcoin blockchain, and as Bitcoin grow, it will also grow as well. Um, and it is a hedge against Bitcoin. Um, so yeah, if you haven't already looked into DOG of Bitcoin, then you might want to. Um, yeah, just just go to Twitter and type in $DOG, and yeah, you're just gonna see a ocean of dog go to the moon and dog Bitcoin dog rooms. You're gonna see just an ocean of dog material. So yeah, I highly recommend you go look into dog if you haven't already. For everybody else who's been dollar cost averaging into dog, like my partner Roche. Shout out to my homie Roche out there. Yeah, he will be very happy um when dog takes off to the moon. So yeah, with that being said, that's gonna conclude technicals for tonight. I know it's been a minute. I've been in and out. I'm working on a lot of stuff in the background for the upcoming years. So yeah, man, this thing is a marathon. It is not a relay. So we're in this thing for life. So yeah, it's only one way in, one way out. This gang over here, and this is for life. So yeah, to all my Pilch crew out there, y'all know what time it is. Let's get to it this week. Let's kill these markets. Let's go out there. Make sure we got our straps in our hand and our heads on a swivel. Make sure we're ready to be ready in these market streets. So with that being said, if these analyses add any value to you guys' life whatsoever, please feel free to like, share, and most of all, subscribe to the YouTube channel. It really helps out a lot. If you want to sign up for the private Telegram group, go to precisionpipsllc.com and sign up for the silver package. And as always, I appreciate you guys coming out tonight, tuning in, getting this knowledge, and empowering yourselves. Let your family and friends know you love them while they're still here, please. And as always, peace and love, everybody. You know.